Assalamu alaikum, shalom, hotep, peace be unto you, salam Allah, peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses. I'm your brother in the struggle for peace, truth, reality, freedom, justice, and equality. We're here today to represent the People's Prison Program and give you some behind the scenes updates, if you will, on our beloved brother and elder, Major George Tillery, that was reportedly suffering chronic and serious illnesses at SCI-Chester and not receiving medical attention, and that his legs were swelling up and that he may have blood clots. On a personal level, I knew Major for over 40 years. Been on the block with him for years, next door to him, you name it. Now, I mean, he's actually the first one that taught me law. He used to work in the law library. He's the one that taught me law for like 10 years. You know what I mean? And many people may not be aware of it, but he's the one that actually won the lawsuit, Tillery versus Owens, back in the 80s, against unjust and cruel prison conditions, specifically dealing with medical care. I mean, so to see him like that, the last time I was physically with him, he was already sick then. And, at that time, we was on it. So he was getting medical care, but he told me some things, about his situation. You know what I mean? And to hear that he's sick again or having a different situation take place and not receiving medical attention, I personally immediately investigated that. I personally talked to the superintendent and contacted the authorities there, and they basically was, to their credit, they was respectful. Of course, HIPAA, they couldn't discuss his personal medical situation, but they were saying he absolutely was getting the medical attention and things of that nature there. Now, I mean, so I was like, okay, just want to monitor it. Let me go ahead and write him directly so I could just get a letter back from him personally. I've been helping him behind the scenes for years with some legal stuff. We didn't, if you remember years ago, about 3 years ago, we did the YouTube video about the newly discovered evidence to get him out of there and things of that nature there. Now, I mean, unfortunately, I came across I think it was an Instagram clip of a brother that was explaining that he was still suffering sickness without medical care or proper medical care, and he may have blood clots, his legs were swelling up and things of that nature there. He mentioned Major sister and things of that nature there. So again, took it on, contacted the superintendent, and they just, again, saying he was getting care, this, that, and the other. So I understand that sometimes people in authority lie. I mean, so I didn't want the brother in the cell somewhere suffering or dying and chronic pain and things of that nature there, suffering cruel and unusual punishment, as the court explained, people are in there not to be punished, but as punishment. There's a legal difference there. So what I did was I drew up a whole legal petition. All right, so I'm going to share with y'all this legal petition. Those of you, family and friends, you can email me. I'll put a link somewhere on this video. You can email me directly at ministeralif@gmail.com, and I'll get a free copy of the legal petition straight to you. We're using 2 prongs. We know how the Department of Corrections operate, what they legally could do, what they supposed to do. Now, I mean, so he has 2 options here. Now, I mean, one is filing, because he's in SCI-Chester, so he can file with the Court of Common Pleas. I give a recommendation, in my opinion, that's the fastest route. I seen that situation numerous times with different brothers in the struggle for freedom, justice, and equality. And to their credit, I've seen judges physically come inside the belly of the beast, come inside the prison, go in the RHU, go in the hole, go to the cell, and order the guards, open up this door, get this man his stuff, do this, take this man to the hospital, what have you. Now, I mean, so you can get emergency relief like that. All right, so we got the emergency legal petition for immediate medical attention or medical release. There's another prong in the DOC. They have what's called the 3 C's. They have care, control, and custody of our brother Major George Tillery. All right. Since they have care, control, and custody of him, if they're not going to provide him necessary and adequate medical care, they legally must release him to his family, who can then, or let him personally, go to his own doctor or go to the emergency room at the hospital or whatever health care he may have available to him. All right. So you want to file in the Court of Common Pleas of Delaware County, Pennsylvania. That's the fastest route. You could do that literally for emergency, Jones. You could literally send it certified overnight delivery. I mean, you could literally get that right to them, and they'll jump right on that to their credit. All right, or the U.S. District Courts. Now, the U.S. District Courts have more power and authority. They just so busy, they're a little slower, but they can literally order SCI-Chester, put that man on a medical helicopter, and take him straight to the hospital. All right. They changed things in Pennsylvania because of some financial and political stuff from years ago that I don't even want to get into. But long story short, you can't write directly to a prisoner. You now have to write to this address. You have to send mail to what they call Smart Communications / PADOC. That's Pennsylvania Department of Corrections. You put the person's name, in this case, Major George Tillery. You put his institution number, in this case, AM 9786, which institution he's in. He's at SCI-Chester. The address is P.O. Box 33028, St. Petersburg, Florida, 33733. Don't let that confuse you. He's in SCI-Chester in Pennsylvania, but you have to send a mail to Florida. They basically going to screen and make sure no drugs in it, no contraband or something of that nature there. And then they email that mail up there, get that straight to them. All right. The superintendent is Gina Clark. Her phone number is 610-490-5412. When we first called up there, we initially, it's an institution. So someone else answered the phone, and, after talking to them, they forwarded straight to the superintendent. She personally accepted the call. She personally discussed the situation, updated us on the situation, and explained what's basically taking place. But I want the family to be confident and sure that he's all right. Now, I mean, the facility address is 500 East 4th Street, Chester, Pennsylvania, 19013. I'm not telling people to call up there, disrespect, but if your family or your friends and you sincerely trying to find out what's going on, she's the superintendent, and she publicly explains that you could contact her at that phone number, 610-490-5412. All right, we legally, so that they can't wiggle around it, the petition has the jurisdiction and venue under 42 USC, the United States Code, Section 1983. It's an 8th Amendment violation at first, deliberate indifference, especially to a serious medical need. The prevailing U.S. Supreme Court is Estelle versus Gamble, 429 U.S. 97 in 1976, that was passed. So I'm going to take and share with y'all, let y'all read the petition. We sent various copies, sent the copy. I personally sent the copy straight to Major, make sure that he gets a copy. I want you to know I know for a fact he knows law very well. However, because of his age, because he's around steel and concrete, because of his medical situation, he may not be able to physically file his own stuff. I don't know. Know what I mean? So we want to make sure. We want to make sure. I personally want to get a direct communication from Major to make sure that he's all right. I also want to make sure that his daughter gets a copy of this petition. It seems that his daughter is trying to help him. The brother that was on social media, I'm going to send a link straight to you. This is why I'm making this little video, to get this out there, to help the family, to help themselves. For now, the struggle continues. Peace and blessings, family. Stay strong.